Chào đón quý vị đang quay trở lại với chương trình Câu chuyện kinh doanh và chúng tôi vẫn đang trò chuyện với vị khách mời là ông Sean Ran, sáng lập kiêm tổng giám đốc của công ty China Market Research Group CMR về hai cuốn sách mà ông vừa mới xuất bản, đó là Chấm dứt thời kỳ Trung Quốc giá rẻ và Chấm dứt thời kỳ Trung Quốc hàng nhái. Welcome back again, Mr. Sean Ran. While speaking about Vietnam, what do you think are the opportunities for the Vietnamese business when China has such a big change like that?
Vietnamese industry can benefit from China's changes. The first is manufacturing. Okay, right now Nike produces more in Vietnam than it does in China. And so as labor costs are too high in China, there's a lot of really good opportunities for Vietnamese businessmen to take over that manufacturing. It's already started to happen, but I think over the next 10, 20 years, you can follow China. If China was doing this 10 years ago, you can do it now. As China moves up the value chain, Vietnam can move up the value chain. The second side is tourism. Okay? Chinese want to explore the rest of the world right now. So they want to go to Japan, they want to go to Korea. I think there's a good opportunity to attract more Chinese tourists if the government makes it easier to get visas and takes a little bit more of a pro-tourist type policy. But then third, perhaps most importantly, is agriculture. Okay? Chinese are scared about bad quality food. And so as soon as they have money, they're looking to buy imported food, whether it be Chilean blueberries or Tasmanian salmon. Chinese consumers automatically give higher trust and will pay a premium for imported food products. And I think Vietnam has a real opportunity there. They haven't done very well yet, honestly. I think they could copy what the Thais have done. They could copy what Eastern Europe has done and bring in more food products into China.
But so far, how is the products from Vietnam, made in Vietnam, made by Vietnam, has been recognized in the Chinese market?
It hasn't really been recognized.
Really?
There hasn't been a real, I think, coordinated move of the Made in Vietnam label into China. You might have a lot of Vietnamese producers of lychee will sell the lychee to a Chinese company. The Chinese company then packages it really nicely and calls it high-end imported lychees. The Chinese brand makes the money, but the end consumer doesn't know that the lychee came originally from Vietnam.
Really? So you don't see many Vietnamese products that can sell in the supermarket?
There might be there, but you don't know that it's from Vietnam originally. The private sector needs to do a better job of creating made in Vietnam labels that the Chinese consumer knows and trusts. And the government here can push for that better idea of what Vietnam is from a food standpoint into the China market. Thailand, you're seeing things like Thay, which is a seaweed snack company. That's hugely popular in China. Their growth numbers are hundreds and hundreds % every year. And it's really happened because Chinese tourists have gone to Thailand, bought the seaweed snacks, like it, and want it when they go home. And it's really positioned as a Thai snack. The Japanese have done similar things. I think it's a great opportunity for Vietnam to come in and promote the Made in Vietnam label better.
But speaking about, for example, seafood or agriculture products, do you think that Chinese people would think of Vietnam?
Absolutely, because nobody wants to have, say, river fish. Right? I had a wonderful meal 2 nights ago in Saigon where they took me to a restaurant and gave me river fish. I ate it, I loved it. I would never eat river fish in China because I think the water's too polluted. So if you have money, you're always buying ocean fish, and you're trying to buy fish from farther away. People know Scottish salmon, Norwegian salmon, Tasmanian salmon. So if Vietnam were to say this is, fish from our streams, from our rivers or our lakes, that's something Chinese are going to like because they view Vietnam as being less polluted than China, or having less problems with people injecting antibiotics and genetically modified materials into the fish. So that's a really good opportunity.
So apart from that, do you think that what we should do in order to improve our product's image more?
There needs to be marketing campaigns. Frankly, it comes from the government-led level. I think, and maybe consortiums of the largest Vietnamese companies, they should have advertising campaigns in China on the Made in Vietnam label. And New Zealand has done this. New Zealand, the central government has gone in and said, advertise New Zealand as a brand for a decade. You would go into the main parts of Shanghai and you would see flags and advertisements, not touting a company, not touting a specific product, but just touting New Zealand as a trusted source. You see a lot of tourism campaigns, Amazing Thailand, I think it is, or Land of Smiles, Thailand pushes. That's the type of thing that I think Vietnam needs to do more.
It's very interesting speaking to someone like you that understands China so well. So it's kind of enlightened us in some kind of new area. So I think that your 2 books are gonna sell very well here in Vietnam. And of course, I wish you a lot of success again and a lot of health so that you can do more great work and you can publish more books in the future.
Thank you so much for having me here, Trin. I hope to come back again. I really like Vietnam.
I hope so too. I look forward to it. Thank you. Thưa quý vị, đến đây thì chương trình Câu chuyện kinh doanh của chúng tôi cũng xin được phép khép lại. Cảm ơn quý vị đã dành thời gian theo dõi và tôi xin hẹn gặp lại quý vị vào các chương trình tiếp theo.